Once it was, once it was not. Maybe it never was. Maybe it still is. Listen well. For tens of thousands of years, humanity had worked the mines, and now their numbers had surpassed 250,000. People grew old and died naturally. The virus never touched them, but the same virus was hollowing out the lungs of the ancient race, pushing the last generation of the Djinn toward extinction. Djinn births had slowed to almost nothing. One birth every 90 years was no longer enough. Gigi's descendant, the old leader of the fading Djinn, carried the weight of a dying people. At the center of this age stood Enmenluanna. Inki's holographic command echoed from Nagaya. The third general will build a city. Humans will live in our place. And Enmenluanna placed the first brick with his own hands. He bound earth with water and sealed the wall with fire. This settlement would one day be known as Revolt, but the spark of destiny came from a mistake. The Anunnaki had granted some humans early knowledge: writing, metal shaping, defense techniques, portal rituals. This privileged class began to see themselves as above the common people. The protectors slowly turned into little gods. Descendants of Cabal had built a copper empire in the shadows of the Zagros mountains. The first uprising ignited there, and the sword raised was not the king's, it was the trained elite, turning against their own kind. On the threshold of human history, a line snapped. The first mass killing took place. In the dark galleries of the mining city, hundreds of Cabal's bloodline were slain. When news reached Eridu, Enmenluanna froze. This was not the direction he wanted his reign to take. His dream was for humanity to stand on its own feet. But the upper humans wanted something else: to bind the fields, waterways, animals, and mines to a system of servant classes, while they themselves lived in the portal centers like a separate kingdom. Djinn were vanishing. The ancient race was losing its grip. The population was swelling, and responsibilities were multiplying. Chaos was tightening its fingers. During this collapse, the last leader of the Djinn, from the line of Gigi, sent Enmenluanna a quiet final warning. If these humans are not controlled, they will destroy this world too. It was the Djinn's final prophecy. And indeed, humanity was rising. The age of the Djinn was ending. The order of the Anu was cracking. When the Nagaya portal tore open the night sky, the ancient stone gates were mere village roads. This new portal was a highway. Energy surged, pathways widened, and humans found themselves closer to technology than ever before. Whispers spread through the narrow streets of Eridu. What happens if we unite? The question grew, echoing beyond the city's walls. Verdun watched all of this from the threshold of the portals, sometimes as a cat, sometimes as a Djinn, sometimes in human form. He felt the spark running through humanity and said quietly, "Accessibility is the spark of revolt." At Enmenluanna's side stood a younger face, Dumuzi. His hologram came and went, eyes learning, mind gathering. He was not yet a king, but someday he would become the shepherd who carried humanity's spirit. The age of the Djinn dimmed. The age of humans ignited. The upper class grew arrogant. The common people simmered. Chaos waited, and the students of Prometheus were approaching a choice that would shape the next age. The flame fades, but the myths never end. One bite, one myth.